Hi guys, here we have a customer's boat. He brought it to us to have us fix all the rot in it. It's not a boat that we built, it's another brand. So this video is basically, I'm going to show you where it's rotted and what I saw I didn't like, how far as the construction goes, and ways that it could have been done better to prevent a lot of this rot. So let's start by showing you where it rotted. So the inside stringers, totally rotten, front to back, all the way. So we've taken that out. The port side was a lot worse. The starboard side still rotten. We actually stopped right there before we got into the cuddy. Now the outside stringer, we're not going to do much to. It is rotten, but I'm jumping on it, and it's pretty solid from the glass. And it's not a very high stringer, so structurally it's fine. We'll probably add another bit of glass to it. On the starboard side, this stringer is actually quite good, except for just at the ends there. Okay, and then we had a bulkhead right here. That was totally rotten as well. And in the transom here, just on this starboard side. So we pulled off one layer. Okay, so there's the rot. Now let's see where it went wrong. So the boat was built in 1985. So I like to compare our construction methods with what we see here. Now we can start in the transom. Now the main goal is to keep the water away from the wood. And the best way to do that is to totally encapsulate the wood with fiberglass. So what they have done, they've got one layer here, second layer here. If we look all the way at the top, there's no glass. This is just gel coated, as far as I can tell. And under here, no, I see a little bit of resin here, but there's no glass on here. There's glass here. This is all glass. That's fine, and it wraps over at the top here, but not up way up here. Now I believe this area was repaired because it's a little thicker here than it is here, and even up here, this looks like this piece was added on to add this. It's a post to like a ski post. So for the transom, what we do is we put fiberglass in between each layer. So we put this layer on, then glass goes on, then the next layer goes on. And we put the layer on with screws. It's held with screws. This is held on with some staples. And there is a bit of a gap. It's not holding. So I think they may have just used some resin to make it stick. So that didn't work so well. Down here, no glass. So what they did was they put the transom in, they put the stringers in, then they put the glass on. You got to put glass right here before the stringers go on. That way water won't migrate between the transom and the stringers, or stringers to transom. So water got through. I don't know exactly where the water got in, but it is pretty bad up in the top corner there. But it's wet all through here. Okay, so there's a big one. You'll have to have glass to separate the stringers. Going into the stringers here, you can see the glass ends right here. So there's no glass, so the stringer's not encapsulated. So there's another point for water to get in. The outboard stringer was wrapped with roving, but the inboard stringer was wrapped with a fiberglass cloth. So I don't know why they used different materials for the different stringers. Now this stringer was fully wrapped right over top, but this one only went up to the top of it. It didn't wrap over. The top of the wood was bare. So that was a big mistake. Okay, next what I saw, the floor. We have a 5/8 plywood floor, which is fine. Nothing, no resin on the bottom, but just dry wood. Okay, we would have put some resin on that. And so the floor went down right over top of the stringer and then glassed over. So there is glass on here. The floor is actually in pretty good condition, but the inside edge was a bit rotten. So we just decided to cut the whole floor out so we could see everything. So the floor was also mounted with nails. It was just nailed down. That's not advisable, because nails will pull out. You should always use screws on a boat. So yeah, we would use screws, and we would even put some paste on top of the stringers before the floor goes in to help hold it better. Now on the edge, there was a wooden board that was mounted to the floor here. The problem is, well, that was also very rotten. It was glass on the top, as you can see this tab here, but nothing on the bottom. So any water would just flow right into the wood, and that's what rotted that. On our boats we have a floor mold that actually comes up a couple of inches, so no water is going to get in there. So the repair for this one, I'll put some wood in there, but then we'll glass right over it, so no water can get in there. So quickly I'll go over how we're going to repair this. The customer doesn't have a unlimited budget. This is what we'll do. We're going to glass over at each stringer end to isolate the stringers from the transom. Up here we are going to try this out, see how stable it is, put new wood in, and glass over it. Here we have to we'll cut this out, and I'll fill it back in with some foam and glass over right to the transom and totally encapsulate it. We'll see how far. I don't think we'll take out too much of this rot. It is still, it's pretty solid. Same on this side. And for the stringers, inboard stringers, we've already cut the glass down, so that gives us a position for the stringers. It also kind of keeps the shape of the hull. So we'll fit our wood, paste it in there. Now we're going to use 2 layers of 3/4 inch plywood. What was in here before was just solid wood. So we'll put the wood in, and then we'll have to feather this glass, and then we glass it in. And here, so of course we're going to wrap glass right over top. Here we're going to, where the bulkhead is, we're gonna glass it all over, and again isolate the bulkhead from the stringers. Here you can see there's some nails that were used. Okay, so that's the stringers, and then at this end we're going to cap that off with some glass. So if there's any moisture, it's not going to get into our new stringers. But this one will probably dry it some, but looks pretty dry. Here, well, there isn't much left. We've dug it out. We're going to put some structural foam in there, and again we'll glass over the ends to keep that away from the new stringers. Okay, now the floor. So we're going to make sure we seal up any of these holes. We drilled some test holes. We'll seal those up. There was a table here. We'll seal that up with some sealant. Maybe we'll put some glass. We don't want to build up the, make a bump there, so if we're going to glass it, we have to grind it down a little bit. We're going to put some cleats around the edge of where the wood's all cut. So that'll be a base to mount the new floor. Then that's basically what we're going to resin that floor underneath before it goes on. Put the floor in with screws and Polybond paste, and then ferret in. We're going to glass it, tie it into the existing floor and into the transom all around, so it's totally sealed. And that basically does it for the repair. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a few things about rot in boats.